Martini Entertainment.
All right. Hi, Foos.
Sup, yo.
It's episode 239. Welcome back, and thank you for joining us once again on another illustrious episode of the Foobar Show. What's illustrious mean again? But before we get into any of that, find a bunch of cool Foobar Show merch at foobarshow.com. Find tons of new merch items like totes, travel mugs, magnets, baby onesies, and t-shirts, and tons of new colors and styles. Go to our merch page found at foobarshow.com to check it all out. Next up, click on the link to SoCal rock band The Fallen Electric at the bottom of foobarshow.com for music, tour dates, and merch. This Thursday, The Fallen Electric is going to be at the Huntington Beach Harley Davidson dealership, or it's called the Wet and Wild event or something like that. But they're gonna have a bunch of Harley Davidson models. The Fallen Electric's gonna be there playing the music, and there's gonna be a bunch of vendors for food and drinks and that kind of thing. I think beers are like $1, so that should be enough for anybody to go. We're there from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. and it's gonna be a good time. And then on the 31st, which is on Saturday, the Fallen Electric will be at the Highbrow in Upland, California, playing from 9 p.m. to 1 a.m. So we'll see you all there. Add our music to your playlist today. Lastly, Grass Store, everybody. One of the best cannabis delivery services I've ever dealt with, bar none. They service LA, Orange County, and select parts of the Inland Empire. Go to foobarshow.com and click on our Grass Store banner, and first-time users get 30% off of their purchase. And now, without further ado, Foos, episode 239. Here we go. Filthy Martini Studios in Ontario, California, it's the Foobar Show! Hey, what's up, everyone? I am Josie.
I'm Josh.
And Steph.
Thank you all very much for listening in to the Foobar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a champ. You can always get in touch with us and get our merch at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com, and search FOO Bar Show on YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out, drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. Ain't that right, foos?
Yeah, see,
Yeah. I didn't do that one today.
I know. Why? Why are you doing these?
Because ALF hasn't been on the show lately.
Ah.
So you're just going to pick and choose when to promote the sponsor.
He's down on his luck, man. The guy's bedridden. He can't even walk. And this
We
is
should
how
have
you
him on to
betray
talk about it.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk.
How's the bed rest going?
Yeah, no kidding.
How many sores you got?
Bed sores? Dang.
We rooting for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those who aren't familiar, we're talking about G-Baby, the CEO of ALF Live Events, and he fell off a mountain in Hawaii.
You know, if he comes back online, I'm just going to sit next to him. I'm just going to be like, but why did you do it, though? But why?
Yeah.
He'll know what that means. You know what that means, blah. You know what that means.
Is that because he did the same thing to you when you were on shrooms?
Yes, Foo. It's exactly why karma.
Well, this week was a little eventful for you, Josh. You graduated. Well, we knew you graduated, but you actually walked.
See, Foo, we actually had the walking ceremony.
That's crazy that they're doing that now. So I take it was a super spreader event.
Yeah.
And you always give me shit for going out.
I mean, Foo, everyone wore masks. It was mandatory that you did have to wear a mask.
Yeah.
And it was it's pretty well organized. They had all the graduates go in first. We all arrived an hour before the event, and they had us go down this walkway to like these tennis courts, and they have everything spread out, and then we have to fill out some form to get like pictures because they're going to send me pictures for the event. Yeah. And all it is just waiting in line. But the worst part was waiting in those black robes. It was so damn hot. It's just
they don't breathe, huh?
Not at all. It's like thick polyester. Just like, dude. And then I'm wearing a thick mask too. I'm like, God damn, I am dying. Yeah. But, right before, I decided it was a great idea to take an edible.
Nice.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Trying to get you through it.
Fantastic, Foo. Fantastic. What I ended up doing was but like a couple hours before we had to go, I dropped the edible and I started watching The Outlaw Josie Wales.
What the fuck? Why? Why that movie?
I mean, Foo, I hadn't seen it before. I'm like, you know what? I want to see how good this movie is. This is a fucking great
No, I hear it's a great movie. You know, in elementary school, my teacher used to call me Josie Wales for no reason.
Because you kept wailing?
I don't know why. I didn't wail. I wouldn't wail. I'm not a whaler.
Huh. Interesting. You learned something.
I'll fucking kill you, dude.
Well, I mean, it's a great movie, but dude, I was in for a wild ride, and then all of a sudden, I'm like, oh shit, it's 3:00. It's gonna take at least 10 minutes to get all these women rounded up into the damn car. another 20
How many women do you have
there.
to deal with?
It was my mom, my grandmother, and my sister.
Oh god.
So, dude, we didn't get out of the house until
That's
3:20.
3 generations of pain.
So I thought, okay, well, whatever. I'm not driving anyway, so it's not my problem. My mom's gonna drive. Nope. She decided, hey, so you're driving, right?
Come on. Of course you are.
This is gonna be a fun time. I'm driving on the road.
Are you wearing the robe at this point?
No, not yet.
Oh.
I waited until I got there to put it on.
Okay.
But I'm driving on the road, just chilling, and then all of a sudden traffic starts hitting, and I'm like, oh damn, this edible's kicking in right now too. I'm like, fuck. And then so as soon as we got closer to the school, like they decided to shut down the express lane carpool lane, like today of all fucking days, and cause even more traffic and merging lanes. I'm like, dude, this is, oh my god, this is
Jesus
hell.
Christ.
I'm like, this is hell. And my sister's like, stop, abruptly braking. I'm like, God damn it, I can't. It's not my choice.
Yeah.
That's traffic right now. So she's back there. I'm like, dude, okay, just get there. You'll be cool. Just get there.
Chill.
Luckily, we get there. I'm like, fuck yes, there's no traffic. There's a lot of parking. Cool. We park. I immediately just put on my robe. I'm like, peace. I'll meet you guys after the event. So I go get my, set up in there, and I'm just chilling in the line at the tennis courts. And I find a buddy of mine from school. He's just like, oh, what's up, Josh? I'm like, oh, fuck, you can tell through my mask? Like, what? Really? Wow, surprising. So then we sat next to each other the whole time. We're just chilling, and he's just like, you good, man? I'm like, oh, dude, I just dropped the
It's
nice...
the beady eyes.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just chilling right now. So then we go through the whole commencement part, and it's done pretty well. Everyone's kind of spread out. It's under a big, like, one of those big, giant, like, circus tents almost.
Yeah.
And then they had a lot of fans and misters going, so it kept us all cool. And had a big screen TV. So everyone, I mean, pretty much the graduates had a seat in between us. I don't know about the people in the stands. I think the people in the stands were still pretty close to one another, but everyone was wearing masks. They were pretty good about... I'm not sure if they checked anyone's temperature. They didn't check any of the graduates, so who knows? Who knows? I may be spreading something to you guys. We'll see. I'm just kidding. Anyway, the president of the school goes up. He makes a speech.
I wanted to punch him in the face.
It was quite cringeworthy, Foo. Quite.
I was reeling with that cringe-worthiness of a fucking speech. He tried to be hip. When old people try to be hip, it's just like TV. It was just like in TV, where like he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. It just made me upset.
What did he say?
I almost turned it off.
He was like, "You students are the real heroes, more like Loki." And I'm just like, "Okay, you're losing me here."
Oh no.
What? And then he goes on to say, my son, I'm not familiar with this in particular, but he tries to make some fake comparison to Loki. It's like, did you not get the show?
You didn't watch the show. No. It's obvious you didn't watch the show, Josh.
I'm like, then why say it?
Because he's an idiot.
God damn it. And then my classmate, Jeff, he even said the same thing. Fucking idiot, man. He's a fucking idiot. He's the worst goddamn school president. I'm like,
for that one comment.
I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I didn't know this guy was that bad, that disliked.
He was probably trying to like make it sound cool. Do you think it might have been like an ad lib? You think it was actually on the page he was reading?
I think it was actually on the page he was reading.
Wow.
Because he looked down to read that part. Like, you could see he looked down. I mean, if he knew nothing about Loki, which he didn't, it had to have been written down for him. Because how the fuck else did he know about to say that part? Like,
I mean, he didn't even have the sunglasses to pull down as soon as he said it. I think that would have been a save.
It would have been.
Anyway.
Yeah. So after that, they do the actual walking part of the ceremony where we go in, like we go up, we don't shake anyone's hand. We give them our name cards. They say it out loud. And then we walk in front of like this picture set where we're just standing there and we can either make a pose or, something. So a couple of my coworkers who were watching this from work were just like, hey, scream out One Team Panda. I'm like, no one's going to fucking get that. Why am I going to say
One
that?
Team Panda?
Yeah, for Panda Express. Woo! One Team Panda. No.
Dick.
But instead, that's why I was like, whatever. I'm just going to put up the devil horns, Foos.
Uh-huh.
That's appropriate for a graduation, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Sure.
Foos. So then after we waited I think it was like another 30 minutes of getting through all the students.
It was a lot of walking.
Out of nowhere, Foo. I had no idea they had these cannons set up on each side.
Cannons?
That shot out graffiti. And you can hear us.
You mean confetti?
That shot out confetti, graffiti, whatever, Foo.
Were you just all tagged up at the end?
Foo. I was all over.
Fucking
the place.
looking like
I
what's his
looked
face?
like the
Yeah.
Latin kings, Foo. ¿Qué pasó, Foos?
Oh, shit. Foos gone
But
wild.
I was
Foos
shit.
gone
I almost shit
wild.
myself with how loud this thing was. I was right in the middle of my fade. I was like, "Yeah, dude, this is great." I'm like, "Son of a bitch, what the fuck?" And a big ass string of confetti laid all over me. So I took it home.
Yeah.
So it's a souvenir for me.
There you go.
Yeah, Foos. And then we capped off the evening with a nice dinner at Fleming's Steakhouse.
How is Fleming's? I've never been to Fleming's. Have we been to
No.
Fleming's? No,
No.
we haven't been to Fleming's.
Fleming's is the steak was great. They had it's expensive as all hell though.
I bet. Yeah.
Just to get an entree or like a steak with a side and then maybe a drink of alcohol, you're looking at least about $120.
Holy
Yeah,
shit.
maybe $134.5 depending.
Per person?
Per person.
Oh,
I knew it
right.
was expensive, but goddamn.
Yeah, so they have like these preset like four course meals. There's a vegetarian one and then there's a regular one. So like the first course was a lobster ceviche
Oh.
Yeah.
on top of a Parmesan crisp. And then that laid on top of a big slice of mozzarella.
Oh, damn.
So that was delicious. That was so
bet.
delicious. And then the next one after that was a coconut encrusted pork belly on top of a cream cheese bed with like some sausage. Oh, I mean the portions weren't really large, but god damn, they were fucking delicious.
Jesus.
That's a combination right there.
Yeah, and then
and you got drunk.
Oh yeah, and with each course you got a glass of wine.
So that wine already comes with it?
Yes, so that's
Okay.
part of the package. It's like $95 for the four courses, and then with each individual course is a wine that pairs with it. So the first one, the lobster had a white wine.
Yeah.
And then the pork belly, and the next one was a petite filet mignon. They both came with red wines, and then they capped it off with champagne and like a slice of olive cake.
Ooh,
Oh, my
olive
God.
cake. So is
Yeah.
it like more savory?
Yes, more savory, moist as hell. Moist. It was so delicious. But
One of those words that sounds exactly what it means.
like girth.
Like girth.
And there's only one picture
Or
that
squash.
we think of when you think of girth.
Girthy.
A tuna can.
Yep.
Sure.
Were you not?
It's the big, large sun-kissed tuna cans.
Yeah.
Those work. But Foo, you know
peace.
what? I did not anticipate was getting extremely drunk after that 4-course meal. Because
Okay.
not only did I have to have 4 glasses of wine, 3-ounce glasses of wine for myself, but I also had to drink my mother's 3-ounce glasses of wine.
What the fuck?
Because she was driving. So,
Oh,
I'm like, all right, this is happening. So I end up drinking it all. I'm a little buzzed. I even think that I thought I lost my cap in the restaurant. I'm like, Mom, where the hell's my cap? She's like, it's right there on the dash, you idiot. Oh, okay. We're fine.
just
then.
joshing.
Continue. So we get back to the house. I'm like, dude, I'm still really drunk.
No.
Like, I can't sleep like this. Like, I'm going to be up for a couple hours. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go outside and take a dab. So I took two nice fat dabs.
Mm-hmm.
And then stood up watching... What did I end up watching? Oh, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, yes.
Well, you can't go wrong with that, but you've seen that one hundreds of times.
Exactly. So that's why if
the
I fell
best
asleep, I
one.
wasn't going to be mad.
Jesus.
And it was on Netflix, so Netflix would automatically turn off the TV for me. So, see, it's a win-win, Foo. I planned it out perfectly.
So how far did you get in the movie before you actually knocked out?
I passed out when they got to the French castle. And
Jesus Christ!
Trojan horse was being thrown at them. All I heard was, Jesus Christ! I was like, oh, fuck, I gotta go to bed.
Jesus Christ.
It was like 1:30 in the morning. I'm like, fuck, I gotta be up for work tomorrow. So, yeah, Foo, all in all, it was a great evening. Capped it off with a nice viewing of Monty Python.
Dude,
Can never go wrong with Monty.
wine hangovers are the worst.
Oh, I felt like shit the next day. Like,
man.
I didn't throw up, but it's just like you just feel like
Yeah.
nasty. It's like, ugh.
That's an
How do you-
out-of-body
No
experience
wonder
right
whiners
there.
just keep doing it.
Yeah, no, it's a different kind of drunk, and it's I don't particularly enjoy it. I would enjoy more of a whiskey drunk,
Mm-hmm.
and a whiskey hangover is way better than a wine hangover.
A whiskey hangover, you just feel fatigued. Like,
Yeah,
you don't,
you feel tired.
there's no
Yeah.
headache.
You just went to the gym.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm actually drinking that right now.
Mm-hmm.
Take a sip, excuse me. Now I'm not hungover, unfortunately, but you know, when I used to be fat and I used to just drink and just be a mad alcoholic during these shows that I would play for 4 hours and be like a 12-pack in by the end of the fourth hour. I took it easy yesterday, Josh. I just had a lot of water. I had I did have a large helping of whiskey. I said a shot earlier, but it was more than the shot. It was like a rocks glass full of whiskey that a fan bought us. They bought the band like just a whiskey, just neat like that. And
What kind of whiskey was it?
I don't know. Oh, Jameson.
Oh, all right.
So it was Jameson. So it was nice and smooth. I did enjoy it quite a bit. But I'm like, I don't have time to babysit this. I don't want nobody, or I don't want a fly landing on it. You know. So I'm like, fuck it. I took it back. This was like midway through our first set, and I was feeling pretty good by set number 2, and I was just riding that wave with a Coors Light for the rest of the night, just sipping on that and a little bit of water that I had on the side. I was really hoping I could drink, but they didn't have Michelob or anything like that either. So,
Oh, right, because you're still on that diet? What diet
okay,
is
yeah.
that?
If you're all playing the Foobar Show home game, I'm on keto, guys.
Oh, wow.
yeah, I've been
Dude,
doing the
hey.
keto thing for a little while,
man.
and it's been
I
working
thought you
out.
just had AIDS. Wow. It's a sigh of relief.
Why AIDS?
Well, Phil, you know, I didn't want to question things. I mean, you and Jimmy
I'm not-
got pretty close, you know. You know.
So he has
The-
AIDS.
the
Who
mind-
gave who the AIDS?
The mind wanders, Foo.
Only
The
one
mind
of
wan-
them got skinny.
Oh, that's true. Huh.
So is he on that Magic Johnson shit?
He's the carrier. Is he sleeping on a bed of money? That's what we need to ask ourselves.
No.
Oh, okay. Then.
If I know Jimmy, and I don't, yeah, he doesn't have that much money.
Well, a bed of wheat then. Tomato.
Whatever, dude.
I was looking at old pictures, though, of you when you were at your fattest. And I
You
like
mean our wedding?
Even, no, a little bit after that, you got a little heavier.
I did.
And I would tell you this in person. I was like, dude, you don't look good. Like, your face looks red. You look a little swollen. And I would tell you that to your face. And it's like, nah, man, it's just the beer. I can quit drinking anytime.
And I did. I did. Did I not?
No, you gained a couple more pounds before you started, like,
Did I not, though?
it took you seeing a doctor and telling her that you were going to die any minute for you to change your life.
Damn.
Didn't I, though?
You did.
Aha!
No, but the comparison was just like, God damn, I didn't like. You don't really know how bad you look.
You don't notice it. Yeah.
until
And
you look back on
not
it.
only, you know what the cherry on top is whenever I, scroll through some of those old pictures is it's not the fat. It's the gap in the teeth that kind of was the game changer in changing the appearance altogether. You don't think about that, but it's true.
Yeah, well, I like the.
My teeth are crooked. and now they're not, and it's
fucking straight.
crazy.
You just had a gap.
No, that was other. You wouldn't notice it, but they were like pivoted. Anyway, this is great pod, is it not?
It's excellent, Foo. Excellent talking about your.
I'm not the one who brought up the
such.
teeth.
Uh,
You brought up the teeth.
because I realized that. All right, we're not talking about this anymore. What the fuck is on tap for today? We got a lot of geeking out to do now. You in particular, what are you talking about over there, Josh?
Well, Foo was recently revealed of an Injustice animated movie, so I got some of the cast list.
And then I got some Sweet Tooth news, or just recapping Sweet Tooth for those who aren't familiar. It's a show on Netflix, a DC property, so we'll talk about that.
Right on.
And now we're not doing a joint report per se, but I'm just gonna add some drugs to your health and such after that.
That's right, our semi-annual health and such.
Right. Yeah. And then we got a little sports talking Olympics, the fucking your Milwaukee Bucks making it all the way to the end, and music and Foo Facts. So is there anything else you guys wanted to boast about before we carry on with the rest of the episode, the program?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. We'll be right back.
Okay, nerds, let's go!
Geeking Out is brought to us by Superman. Fight the evils of hunger with Superman by Campbell's. Superman. Superman.
What the fuck?
What kind of soup, Foo? We talking about ravioli?
It's the one with the little shapes.
Oh,
Actually, that's more of a Chef Boyardee
That's
thing, isn't
SpaghettiOs,
it?
Foo.
Campbell's is doing it now. Fuck you guys.
Okay.
All right. What are we talking about again? You got something happening over there at DC?
Sifu. You know what? DC Animated hasn't really let any of us down lately.
They've
and
been 100% in my book on a lot of their animated movies. Now,
Far.
for some reason, it isn't
more
recognized by the public at large because it's not live action actors. But they do have amazing actors doing the voices a lot of the times. And a lot of the classic actors, redoing those voices.
Yep. Like
And-
even Mark Hamill came out of retirement to just do Joker whenever Kevin Conroy is Batman. Like that's what they came up with the agreement. Like Hamill said, I'll keep doing it as long as Kevin's doing it.
That's tight. I
Yeah.
like that. It's a nice symbiotic relationship, and it maintains that. I don't know. It seems like a retirement plan for me. It just works. It's just if you want to get Kevin in there, yeah. I mean, now what happens if one of them passes away because they will be aging out at some point?
Foo, we didn't want to think about that right now. Thanks for bringing it up.
No problem.
Right?
I mean, Foo, there's plenty of other Batmans that we've had in the past that can come back in. In the next DC animated property, though, we're finally going to be delving into the storyline of Injustice, the video games that actually came out.
Now, were those video games based on a run of comic books?
Correct. They actually developed a comic series called Injustice for.
I wasn't
the
baiting you. You didn't have to answer it like a fucking infomercial there, Josh. That's right, Joe.
You are correct, sir.
That's right. Anyway,
In
sorry.
fact,
Yeah.
you can find all of them on Amazon.com.
Said it and forget it.
Yeah, they're based off of. In fact, they are based off of the comic run, the Injustice. They actually came out with three seasons, quote unquote, of Injustice, and it kind of filled in the story gaps of leading up to the game itself, and then even after the game. After the events of the game happened. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with the Injustice game, the very first one, starts off as the entire Justice League is trying to stop the Joker from setting off this nuclear bomb in the middle of, I think, Metropolis. And as they're doing it, Flash is going super fast. And then because he's going too fast, when they accidentally cause the nuclear bomb to go off, and when that happens, somehow it makes a rip in the space and time continuum and sends them over to another Earth. And then when they get to this other Earth, they find out that Superman is the supreme overlord and
Of Earth. Yeah.
And is pretty much just taken over Earth, has his own army, even provided a bunch of other heroes and villains that have gone to his side, like these super pills that give them powers of Kryptonians and allow them to withstand like anything.
And just like those were his lieutenants?
Yes. Yeah. So like, for instance, Sinestro joins his group. Wonder Woman's on his side. We also have the Flash. Green Lantern ends up becoming a Yellow Lantern because he goes to his side.
Because he's yellow.
Because he's a yellow belly sucker. And what causes Superman to do this is that on his Earth, in their timeline, the Joker tricks Superman into thinking he's fighting Doomsday when in fact he was fighting a pregnant Lois Lane, and he killed her. And when he killed her, Lois Lane actually had a bomb implanted in her heart. So that when she died, it would blow up half of Metropolis. And that's exactly what happened. A nuclear bomb blows up all of Metropolis. Superman's just besides himself, distraught. And Batman is interrogating, Joker, meanwhile, in another location. And Joker says all this. And so then Batman realizes, holy crap, Superman's about to come right now. So he's getting ready. All of a sudden you hear a sonic boom, and boom, Superman's in there. So he gets Joker, chokes him up against the wall. Joker says something maniacally to him, and without any hesitation, Superman punches into his chest and rips out his heart and kills the Joker.
Dang.
And then at that point, it's just 100% new world order for Superman.
He's had it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so the
Joker will do that to you.
Oh yeah.
If you don't have the kind of will strength that Batman has, and patience.
Exactly. And that's what Batman was trying to tell Superman. But dude, he just lost his wife and his kid. Like he by his own hands. So that will drive any man to go insane. And in the middle of all this, before they end up going, the real Batman and Joker and Flash end up going to the other timeline. Like Superman has done all kinds of crazy shit. He completely destroys all of Oa, the Green Lantern's planet, and destroys the actual living Green Lantern planet. Mogo, I think it is.
Yeah.
Mogo.
Yeah.
He pretty much starts hunting down, and he starts killing superheroes that don't agree with him and that side against him. He even kills Nightwing.
Oh, shit.
Because Nightwing and Batman are trying to go up against them.
Right.
And so then Damian, he kind of sides with Superman. So then after Nightwing dies, pretty much Bruce disowns Damian at that point. So then Damian ends up becoming the new Nightwing under Superman.
Oh, shit.
Is that even surprising to you? I mean, the way Damian is.
Probably not.
Damian's such a dick.
Yeah.
And Batman always thinks of Nightwing as his real son.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So the storyline is insane. I highly recommend you guys at least watch the cutscenes because they may play along the same lines in this animated series. I think they're gonna in this animated series they'll focus more on the descent into madness that Superman will go into. So the cast that they have so far are for the Injustice movie will star Justin Hartley as Superman. You may know him as the original Green Arrow from Smallville. He was also in that show This Is Us. I think that's that one show he's in.
Yeah.
Right now. So he'll be playing Superman. Anson Mount will be playing Batman. Anson Mount was recently in the Inhumans TV series by Marvel. He played Black Bolt.
I don't think we ever.
Very short-lived.
We didn't watch that.
Yeah, it was not good. But he's in on other stuff like Hell on Wheels in particular, the one that was on AMC for a while.
I heard that was a good one.
Yeah, he was the lead in that. So I heard that was pretty good as well, like one of those Western shows. And then we also have Laura Bailey as Lois Lane and Rama Krishna, Zach Collins as Damian and Jimmy Olsen, Brian T. Delaney as Green Lantern, Brandon Michael Hall as Cyborg, Edwin Hodge as Mr. Terrific and Killer Croc, Oliver Hudson, Kate Hudson's brother, as Plastic Man, Gillian Jacobs, our very own Britta, as Harley Quinn, And
There you go.
then Yuri Lowenthal as
Nice.
Mirror Master, Flash, and Shazam. Derek Phillips as Nightwing and Aquaman. Kevin Pollak will be portraying Joker in this.
Kevin Pollak.
Yeah. And
That's
also,
interesting because that guy could do a lot of voices.
He can. So I'm really interested in hearing his Joker.
That's dope. He's a funny motherfucker too.
And he'll also be playing Jonathan Kent. Nika Noni Rose as Catwoman, Reed Scott as Green Arrow, and Victor Zsasz, Farron Tahir as Ra's al Ghul, Fred Tessitore as it goes on and on. Janet Varney as Wonder Woman. So we're gonna have 2 different Wonder Womans. Oh no, I'm sorry, there was Lois Lane earlier, and Mirror Master Soldier. So it looks like it's a pretty deep cast already so far. And the producer of Mortal Kombat's Legends, Scorpion's Revenge, the one that we saw, he is actually the producer for this movie as well.
Oh, okay. So it's gonna be
Damn.
good.
Yeah, and it'll be directed by Matt Peters, who directed Justice League Dark
I
and
love
Batman
Justice League
Hush.
Dang.
Yeah, the Batman Hush screenwriter Ernie Atbacker or Altbacker will write the script. So this is gonna be a great movie. I can't wait. I'm actually gonna start playing the games again just after seeing this.
Well, the games have some of the best cutscenes that I've ever seen on a video game.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's pretty much watching a movie and then just fighting somebody real quick, Street Fighter style, and then bam, you're watching like another 10 minutes of a movie.
Yeah. Well, more Mortal Kombat style, but yes, yeah, like just real quick. Okay, one fight, 2 rounds. Let's go. All right, let's go to the movie again. You could put it down for like 10, 15 minutes and watch like a cutscene.
Yeah,
It's so beautiful. It's like
and
a movie itself.
it's long though too. Like it'll take you a few days to get through it. How long would you suppose maybe the first one goes for?
The first one goes for at least I think 4 or 5 hours.
And I remember in the old house, it was either you or the Foo or both got through the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I was sitting throughout the whole thing just watching. That's why I like watching video games, especially that one in particular. It just, you're watching a movie.
I think we took turns playing.
Oh, that's
too.
what happened.
Yeah.
Too. Yeah.
We would play specific storylines. Like, so I think I would do all the Batman and like Flash fights.
Yeah.
The Foo would do like Superman, and I think he did like the Dark Side fight, which was pretty dope.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's so fun to play with friends too. The controls are pretty easy to maneuver. They even have like little tutorial stuff. And when in the second one, when you can start building like their uniforms and like customizing it, that was like a really nice touch.
They borrowed a lot from the new Mortal Kombat games.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. And then they even implanted Mortal Kombat characters like Sub-Zero, Scorpion.
Oh, that's right.
They even had Raiden in at one point.
Like unlockable characters.
Yeah, like additions. They also had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You could play as all 4 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Are they associated? I mean, I know they're associated with DC now because of the Ninja Turtles and Batman movie that we got, but are they actually like, does one own the other? Like, what's happening with that?
No. It's still developed by IDW.
Okay.
Yeah, that's still what Ninja Turtles has always been developed by. They're independent, but they do partnerships, with DC in particular.
I would figure that the Ninja Turtles would probably err more on the Marvel side, saying, that there's actually a New York involved.
And they're mutant.
And they're mutant.
And they're mutants.
But-
which...
You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
Damn you.
Yeah.
Damn you for making
But it works.
They're
I
not-
don't hate it. I don't hate the fact that Batman knows who the Ninja Turtles are.
It makes sense that they would be in DC because there's no mutants in DC.
Right.
And they're different type of mutants. They're not evolutionary mutants like they are in Marvel. They're
Still
mutants.
mutated, though.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. But they're radioactively mutated.
Yeah, they are. They're not,
No, it's ooze.
What the fuck do you mean?
The ooze did it.
It's radioactive.
ooze was
Oh,
radioactive.
so that's canon now? The radioactive ooze is canon? Is that what you're saying?
Read a fucking book.
Yeah.
No. It doesn't necessarily have to be radioactive. It just has to rearrange the DNA. Probably using some radiation.
Agree to disagree.
No, I don't know. I fuck you guys. You don't know either. That's the funny part.
They're more like metahuman.
They're all metas in DC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
Except they're ninjas. That's their power. Their swift abilities and shit.
They're so big and so quiet. Doesn't make any sense.
And they're turtles, so you'd think they'd be slow
And all they eat
But
is
food,
pizza.
they were trained in ninjutsu.
by a rat.
by a rat, Foo. Hey, that rat was a real ninja master.
Yeah, and it's funny that you bring that up. I know we're tangenting off to Ninja Turtles here, but in the movie, he was always a rat. And whereas in the comic books, he was a person who mutated into a rat.
He was a martial arts master that mutated into a rat. And he was the rival to Shredder.
And I don't understand why that they didn't keep that aspect. Why they had to make them all animals from the start.
They also didn't give us Rocksteady and Bebop.
No.
No, we got Toka, Razor.
I hated that second movie so much.
But Foo, it was nice and corny, Foo. Extra on the
no,
corn syrup.
I didn't like it one bit. I actually would prefer the third one over the second one any day.
Turtles in Time,
Yeah,
Foo?
Turtles in Time.
Nah.
Go to feudal Japan.
Yeah, that was dope. I mean, they're ninjas.
That's true. And that does happen in the games and in the comics.
Yep, sure does.
Yeah, it was a nice touch. Though, that live-action concert series that they had was quite terrifying.
I didn't need that
That was...
15-minute sequence one bit. Fucking Vanilla Ice, dude. Who
No.
would think?
No, Foo,
It did not age well. I'm probably at the time people thought it was a good idea. As a kid, I was just like, fuck it. I get a Ninja Turtle movie. And then they come up with that. I don't know. I felt a little betrayed.
I thought it was fun.
Yeah, you would.
I made you watch it again.
Go
Just
Ninja,
recently.
go Ninja, go. Go
Awful.
Ninja, go.
It was awful. And then they replaced pretty much like April and I don't even want to think about it.
Foo, well, what I was actually referring to was the Coming Out of Their Shells concert. They actually had some type of concert movie. If I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, it's the Ninja Turtles coming out of their shells.
What
They
the
have
fuck?
guitars, Foo, a guitar. Look at that, Foo. Look at that. Look at all of that stuff. Eat 3 guitars and a keytar. That's what you want.
They're wearing the jean vests
The
with their
jean
initials
vest,
on
Foo,
them.
with knee pads that sparkle and headsets, Foo. That's what you want. Yeah. That's what you didn't know you needed, Foo.
I want to go home now.
You know what? After this, I'm gonna put it on, and you're just gonna hate yourself even more. You'll love it.
Okay.
You'll love it. It's so bad, Foo. Look at that. Look at that.
All right, enough. Enough. This is awful.
Is that like a Phantom of the Opera mask on Leo?
Yeah. Yeah. It was not
Yes.
necessary. It was not necessary, and the voices were none of the voice actors. So
Of course, they wouldn't subject themselves
there was
to
there
that.
was no point to that at all. But as a kid, I watched it all the time. It must explain a lot about me.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Yeah, Foo. Yeah, you didn't know you needed this until now.
I hate everything about this. Why did the 80s have to ruin everything?
Foo, this was the 90s. What are you talking about?
Yeah, with an 80s influence. I mean, come on, the keytar, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a point, Foo. You got a point.
All right, stop looking at it.
It's so funny, Foo. It's so funny.
What else are we talking about?
Well, Foo,
here?
you know, let's kind of go to the light side of comic book movies and series in
Yeah.
Marvel. So Marvel exec actually confirmed that we're officially getting Hawkeye and Miss Marvel premiering this at the end of this year on Disney Plus. So those will be the final 2 series that we will get for the year. So I believe we're getting the What If series in a couple of weeks.
Excited for that.
That's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm not quite sure of what format they're going to be released in. If like it's going to be weekly, like we'll have to tune in every Wednesday. Either way, I'm all aboard. All aboard, son. Now, the Miss Marvel will follow the adventures of Kamala Khan and Iman Vellani, a Muslim teenager who idealizes Captain Marvel and other Marvel heroes, and who uses her shape-shifting powers to fight crime in New Jersey City. So in this particular Miss Marvel, she's an Inhuman. So I think this is going to be our first full Inhuman.
What does that
series.
mean?
So in the Marvel universe, there are 2 different types of mutants. There are the traditional evolutionary mutants, and then there are the Inhumans.
Is that like
And
Beast?
The Inhumans were experimented on by the Kree. They were the first humans in civilization that the Kree, they experimented them with something called the Terrigen Mist. And what this does, it's like this little cube or like obelisk that they put in the middle. They release the mist, and if you get hit by it, you start to crystallize, and you have like you become stone-like, and then you come out of but it acts like a chrysalis,
A
and cocoon, and it causes you to evolve, and then you get abilities. Some Inhumans, they'll physically shape, their physicality will change, or others will develop specific powers. For instance, Black Bolt, who Anson Mount, the actor I previously mentioned, played, his Inhuman ability is that his voice is so loud, even uttering, like whispering a word, causes major shockwaves of sound.
Damn.
So he cannot speak. Like he literally cannot speak, and has taken a vow of silence to avoid like causing any damage. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And I think like there's a comic strip on the Illuminati comic series where he's forced to finally fight, and all he utters is just like, "Let's fight," and then a huge blast of sound goes over and fucking destroys the person that's in front of him.
It's like One Punch Man.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Doesn't
what it
have
is.
to try.
Doesn't really have to try. He's physically strong too, so it's just like, dude,
that helps.
What's the point?
That's just some extra shit.
Yeah, but other Inhumans are like I don't know if you guys ever watched Agents of Shield. What's her name? Daisy Ridley. She actually played not Daisy Ridley. What's her name?
That's
Chloe
Agent
Bennett.
Carter.
Chloe Bennett. She played Agent Daisy Johnson on Agents of Shield, who was Quake.
Right.
And they like in Agents of Shield, they go through this entire storyline of the Injustice, but
It took a while for her to become Quake.
Yeah. Like second or third season. Second season, she went into the whole Terrigen Mist, and then in the third season, that's when they really delved into the whole Inhuman aspect of it.
Yeah.
It was pretty good storyline. I'm kind of interested in seeing if they can continue that particular Inhuman storyline with Miss Marvel. That's going to be really interesting to see, or if it's going to be a multiversal one.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm also excited for Hawkeye because we're gonna see what's her name, something Pugh, Ellen Pugh.
I can't recall.
I can't remember her name. The one from Black Widow, the sister.
Oh.
She's gonna be going after Hawkeye in this series, along with Haley Steinfeld, who's playing the new Kate Bishop, who's gonna be the new Hawkeye. So, yeah, we'll get more on that once we get firm release dates. They don't have firm release dates yet, but more on that to come. Pooh.
Can't wait for Jeremy Renner to come back.
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
Yeah, well, didn't he not appear in some of the recent Marvel movies because he broke his hands?
He was filming that movie Tag, which, by the way, if you haven't seen, is a hilarious
Great
movie.
movie.
I haven't seen it. Have I seen it?
No,
No,
you
you
haven't
haven't
seen
seen
it.
it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
You know it, Foo.
Okay.
He broke both his arms. He fell.
What a moron.
Dude, because he was doing all these like
was doing
Avengers
his
like
stunts.
stunts in this simple fucking game of tag. Like that's what's so ridiculous about this movie. You got guys like everyday men like Ed Helms, Hannibal Buress, all playing, or
John
Jake
Hamm.
Johnson, John Hamm, Jake Johnson, all trying to play tag and get Jeremy Renner's character, and this dude just like juking him out, getting him in chokeholds, flipping
Jesus
over balconies.
Christ.
Their childhood game growing up.
Yeah.
And then the movie's about like the last time they might ever do it.
Yeah, because one of them has cancer. But it's actually based off of a real life story of friends that play a game like that.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I need to check it out.
Yeah,
Watch
we can
it.
watch it.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Well, I wanted to talk about Sweet Tooth. I don't know if many of you have checked out Sweet Tooth. It's on Netflix. It's been on Netflix since June of this year. And the premise is that 10 years ago, the Great Crumble, a viral pandemic, wiped out most of the world's human population and led to the mysterious emergence of hybrid babies born part human, part animal. At the same time, the virus was destroying the world. Unsure if hybrids are the cause or result of the virus, many humans fear and hunt them. Gus, a half-deer hybrid, lives in the wilderness with his father, who is played by none other than Will Forte. Because Will Forte, he's done well in apocalyptic kind of stories, like Last Man Standing. So I can only guess that's why they chose him to be this, but he does well in it.
He has a good dramatic side to him.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, this
does
is a
have
more
range.
serious
Yeah.
role for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. Well, he ends up dying when Gus is 9 years old. Gus discovers a box buried by his father beneath a tree. The box contains what Gus believes to be a photograph of his mother with the word Colorado written on it. A year after his father's death, Gus sets a fire before deciding to leave his and his father's spot in the wilderness to find his mother. Now, this is a nice kind of nest that the Will Forte character built for him and Gus to live in while the world was being ravaged by this virus. And on top of that, and you know, I didn't explain this in the first part of this, but these babies, anything being born, any human being born is a hybrid baby, and that's what's freaking everybody out.
Oh shit!
So even like the last full-on human is particularly old by this time, because you know there have been no full humans born for at least the last 9 years, and so or 10 years.
So every new baby is a hybrid.
Is a hybrid.
Wow.
Yeah. And that's what's crazy about this. And then on top of that, you got a virus that one of the tells that somebody has a virus is that, like, what is it? Their index finger
their
will
pinky.
Their pinky will start
Yeah.
to just kind of like flutter
Yeah.
like that. And if somebody sees, you know, like that fluttering happening in the pinky, that person has the virus. And I would understand that this is very much a COVID-like virus, right? The symptoms.
Yeah, everybody has a mask on them at all
Yeah.
time, whether they're wearing it or not. Like you'll see them like pull it out of their pocket.
Or
Does
a
it aff-
bandana or something.
Yeah.
Does it affect the hybrids, or it only affects?
Well, it goes deeper into that.
I don't think
the
we're there
more-
yet, though.
It-
We ended up finishing the first season. I don't think they addressed that, if the hybrids can get this virus. And if they can or can't, we don't know.
Right.
Okay.
But none of the hybrids wear masks. But then again, the hybrids that we see are either Gus or they're in captivity or running from being taken.
They're essentially
it.
orphans.
So I don't know that they have the wherewithal or, you know, they're not looking to put on a mask.
like the self
Yeah, they don't-
yeah,
awareness
no.
of what's going
They're
on.
kids. Yeah.
Yeah, they're kids.
Okay.
And at the very least, the oldest one is. I was gonna say something else. So I don't want to give it away because it's a very important, pivotal part in this series. So far, we only have one season, but we find out who the first one is
Okay.
at this point. Now, a year after his father's death, let's see, he sets fire. He's looking for his mom in Colorado because he found the picture of her and it's written Colorado on it. So let's see here. However, Gus speaks with they are soon. It's pretty much just telling me how he got out of his house.
Riveting.
Yeah.
He opened the door.
By the way,
He
this
closed the door. He locked the door. And then closed the screen.
the kid who
Credits.
the kid who plays Gus is like super cute with his little deer antlers and his ears. Because
Yeah.
you know, they CGI the ears and the ears move.
The ears
Does he
move.
have,
Well,
like,
those are the
nose
ears.
too?
No, he has a human nose.
Oh,
Yeah, he has a human. The only thing about him is he doesn't have human ears. He has the deer ears that are a little bit further up on top.
Along with
And
the
it's
antlers.
clever that they gave him long hair to cut. You know, that way they don't have
Yeah.
to do them up every time they have to film.
Yeah.
But yeah, he has the ears that kind of like move around and the antlers.
Dope.
And that's it, right? He has regular everything else. Everything
Yeah.
else is regular.
Yeah, and this kid's like super smart too.
But he has like deer instincts where he's like he makes stupid decisions. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
Does he
at the-
run in the middle of the road and
it's like a deer in the headlights.
actually, did they point that out? I think that's a little Easter egg where somebody flashes like something at him and he just freezes.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
does happen.
And he has a super hearing because he's a deer.
yeah.
And they use that. They use his little kind of quirks about him to while you know in this adventure.
Survive and stuff.
Yeah, and he teams up with an ex NFL player, Tommy. Right, his name's Tommy. Big fucking guy, and you know he feels for him, and he uses his strength to protect them and that kind of thing. It's a really interesting, and there's like different story arcs happening at the same time, and at the end of the season, we finally see them all start to kind of close in on each other and start to form, you know, what will be, I imagine, an awesome season 2 and 3.
Like in The Witcher, how they all kind of.
You know, I got bored of The Witcher. I didn't watch it. Ask Steph. Is it like The Witcher?
It's a different thing, but yeah,
Like,
it, does,
well, I
it
mean,
starts
at
to
least
come
how
together.
How
yeah.
they come together
Yeah.
at the last episode.
Yeah.
Got it.
I had no time for
Yeah,
Witcher. I'm
you suck.
sorry.
By the way, Witcher season 2 coming soon.
I heard about that. And decided not to care.
Wow, you're a piece of
Oh
shit.
my god!
Am I? Does that make me a piece
You know
of
what?
shit?
That makes you
You
a
know why he
piece of
doesn't like it? It's
shit.
because he's not into like the fantasy.
Oh, yeah.
That is.
right.
I think we've discussed
Yeah.
this.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
into
true.
those.
Like he never liked Game of Thrones.
Doesn't like The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings.
No.
I can stomach them. I can get through them just to say I did. Oh, it's pop culture.
Obviously,
We're
you
doing-
can't food.
No,
You
you
gotta
can't.
get
I'll-
through The Witcher.
Well, no, The Witcher's where I drew the line. I was like, all right. Really?
Henry Cavill.
I get it.
Do you though, Foo?
I'm afraid I do, guys. I'm afraid I do. Anyway, one thing I wanted to point out is that this is also a DC property. There is a whole line of comic books. So if this does very well on Netflix, we'll continue to get seasons very much like we've been getting, like, for example, Walking Dead, because this is already a property that exists.
I think it's a Vertigo comic, if I'm not mistaken.
Which is owned by.
DC Comics. No, but Vertigo is more geared towards adults.
Yes,
Yeah.
like the Sandman comics and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Right. And one of the producers in this is Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah. Or DJ. Or
Yeah,
DJ.
and Susan Downey, and amongst others that are credited as being producers on here. But
And
he's the most
rest.
notable one. And I don't know. I'm really hoping that they give us a season 2. It's entirely shot in New Zealand, so the scenery is really cool. I mean, considering New Zealand has a lot of open space, they can do a lot of these disaster sites pretty well. It's cool, man. It's a different perspective as to what can happen during an apocalypse. I mean, the fact that there's hybrid children being born, like, what the fuck? Now we get to know why this is happening. I'm not giving too much away, but it's scientists. It's a science experiment gone wrong.
Of course.
But they haven't given us the answer of what came first, the hybrid babies or the virus,
Chicken and the egg.
or does one cause the other?
Oh.
Are they mutually exclusive, or are they tied? Because it's a fucking coincidence, if anything.
In science food, there are no coincidences.
Yeah, well,
It happened.
it could be. This is a comic book
Oh.
You should watch it.
Good
It's
point.
8 episodes. It's about an hour long.
each.
You get yeah.
Yeah, I recommend it. It gives you. It's a. If this makes any sense, it's a feel good Walking Dead show, because there's a lot of feel good moments.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so.
So I won't be depressed watching it.
no,
After,
not the whole time.
like after watching every single episode of Walking Dead. When
For
I'm
the
just
first
utterly
3
depressed.
seasons.
Right. Yeah.
First 3 seasons. Talk about first 8.
Oh, right.
Especially after Glenn. Oh God.
Yeah, Glenn was it
was
was
a low
it was
point
a low
for us
blow.
all.
It was a low blow.
I mean, we all knew it was gonna happen.
I know,
God.
but to see it, damn.
Yeah,
God damn.
no
But I'll
way.
check this. I'll check this sweet tooth.
I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it.
I think I'll get a little sweet tooth.
Yeah. Mm. All right. Well, is that going to do it
I think so.
for Geeking Out? All right, everybody stick around for Health and Such with Steph. Health and Such is brought to us by Sin Semilla, the new vasectomy clinic. Vasectomies are now made easy at Sin Semilla.
That's quite clever.
Shooting blanks, huh?
Yeah. What do you got for us today there, Steph?
Welcome to another episode of Health and Such,
for fuck's
our biannual show here.
We
at
don't
the
do many
Foobar
Health and
Show.
Such.
No, we should do more, but
We have a health and such every day when this douchebag mentions keto.
Shut up.
So I asked you guys what you wanted to know about. Okay, Google that now. What you wanted to know during Health and Such, and Josh suggested that we talk about the Delta variant that's running rampant in the U.S. right now.
Are we gonna die?
We are not going to die.
All right.
If you
Well, that's
have,
lunch.
Look,
Done and done. That's a wrap.
We'll be right back.
this variant is listed as a variant of concern, And this isn't the only variant of concern that we've seen. We're on
heard of variants this whole time.
Right. So when COVID first came out, they were all known as wild types. And so they were tracked from country to country to see, okay, is one going to mutate? And it was only a matter of time before they started mutating. But they weren't levels of concern. They were levels of interest. And some of the countries, the COVID virus kind of like mutated into something more serious. Some of them stopped mutating and kind of dispersed along their population, so they didn't really travel anywhere. But others became variants of concern. So we're on Delta. So if you know your Greek alphabet, we've already seen 3 other types of variants of concern, alpha, beta, gamma, and now Delta. And this one is the more rapidly spread one. It spreads very rapidly. They're estimating that it spreads amongst between 8 to 9 people per infected person.
All right.
Whereas the wild type that we had was about 2 to 3 people. So it spreads even faster.
Oh, damn.
Luckily, the studies are showing both in the UK and here in the US that no matter what type of vaccine you get, it's going to protect you against serious COVID and most likely against death.
Okay.
So Johnson & Johnson, Moderna, Pfizer, as long as you have both shots for Pfizer, both shots for Moderna, and the one shot for Johnson & Johnson.
What about that Zeneca one?
The AstraZeneca is mainly in the UK.
Would that work, though?
These people that do have it,
Yeah.
and they've had both shots and have waited the 2 weeks after the shot, so I have
Fully
shown,
vaccinated people.
fully vaccinated people have shown resistance against the Delta variant.
What about those off-brand ones?
Though those are based in different countries
Yeah.
because not all the countries are going to get the ones that we have just based on the contracts and based on the level of development that they have.
The Market Pantry brand. The Springfields of the world.
So right now, most of the data that's coming out, those that are getting infected and getting hospitalized and are critically ill right now are still unvaccinated. If hospitals aren't really seeing fully vaccinated individuals, they're getting, you can still get tested at the hospital, but they're getting turned away. They're just saying quarantine at home because they're not serious enough to be hospitalized if they're fully vaccinated.
Yeah.
So that's what we're seeing, which is great news because now, the studies are showing that even though the vaccines aren't like 100% effective, there's still some effectiveness to prevent hospitalization. And that's really what we need because if ICUs start getting full again, beds start filling up, then there's not going to be any space. We're going to have that nightmare that we had back in December, January.
I think this is a blessing in disguise because, call me an asshole or whatever.
Asshole.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh, not that fast? Oh, okay. Let him finish.
Good riddance, right? I mean, these are the same fucks that like refuse to get it because apparently they fear the other side effects that you would we all know that there's side effects that you're gonna feel some of the symptoms a couple days into getting the vaccine, but you're not gonna die.
No.
Now there's a very small population, an extremely small population that get other more longer symptoms that actually impact their health, but it's nothing significant to indicate that you're gonna, if you're a healthy individual, that it's not going to impact you as much.
Right. And the benefits definitely outweigh the risk for these vaccines. The most common side effect is a sore arm, and you'll probably feel like flu-like symptoms. You might get a fever, chills. That's common with any type of vaccine.
And a sore arm and some chills is really just a refractory period for me most of the time.
Explains a lot. It really does.
Yeah, did you guys have any like really big questions about the vaccines that you haven't gotten clear up for yourselves at all?
So again, I know getting the vaccines, obviously, we're not fully protected, but like you said, we
You
won't
won't die.
We won't die. Like we'll be okay.
Yeah.
And we still obviously need a mask up right now just because of those unvaccinated douchebags, right?
Yeah, especially in California, LA County reinstated their indoor mask
Open
mandate.
up the freeways.
So we're in July. Back in June 15.
I can't be the only one thinking this.
They said, okay, we're not going to do the mask mandate anymore.
Yes.
It's highly recommended that if you're unvaccinated, you still have to wear a mask. That's pretty much an honor system. But I think what we all heard was no mask for anybody.
Right.
Yeah.
And so people started going out. They started traveling again. And during that time, when we relinquished our mask mandate, India was going through their Delta variant.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh my God, their hospitals were packed. There's just no room. They're side to side, unmasked.
Like rickshaws were picking up people, right? Instead of
Yeah.
ambulances because they couldn't get ambulances
Yeah.
to everyone.
I mean, they're already like a highly working class country. So they're always out and about. And
they're
so
the
that
second
just-
most populated country too.
Yeah.
So there's not
Right.
that whole lot of elbow room.
And so it was only a matter of time before the Delta variant spread to the UK. Now it's spread over here, and it's in the air. Like it's just gonna blow over here at some point. And what was I talking about? Oh,
India, the variant.
so yeah, it was only a matter of time
monkey
before it
dishwashing.
came over here, and luckily we started getting studies from the UK so that we can compare it to what's going on over here, and it looks pretty similar with the results from the vaccine or vaccinated population.
Tight.
Yeah, and since it spreads so quickly, it looks like the peak isn't going to last very long, but the people that the Delta variant is hitting, it's going to take a toll
Yeah.
on them. Yeah.
Just get your damn vaccines,
Yeah.
you dumb
That's
bastards.
the main takeaway that
Or don't and get out of the way.
all the news and the CDC, that's the main takeaway. Get a vaccine. This is completely preventable now. And now I think the focus at this point is not necessarily developing a booster, but I would like to see better treatment in the hospital for those who are sick, because developing an antiviral treatment is a lot harder than developing a vaccine.
So
So I-
euthanasia, huh?
So I think that
Line them up.
I think that's where the shift in the pharmacological society should be. I mean, they're already working on it, but
Yeah.
It's going to be like that death machine in Futurama where they just go in the booth and no
Yeah,
one comes
just-
out.
yeah, put in a quarter. yeah, and you die.
Yeah.
All kidding aside.
No, I'm
yeah.
not kidding.
Well,
So we've been through
You're an
this.
asshole.
We've been through this for a very long time. A lot of us that worked in the hospital, we'd never stop working, or fortunately, the ones that didn't get sick, and still kept trekking on.
keep on
like
trucking. Keep on.
some of us have like COVID PTSD. And I'm not even kidding.
Oh,
like
really?
we're
for the hospital
for
workers?
hospital
Oh.
workers,
Yeah.
super stressed out. I mean, I was working there. I never stopped working until I think I was sick last year in July when we had that second peak. And when January rolled along, I was back to work, and it was just overhead, just code blue after code blue, and it was just heartbreaking.
Damn.
And you just see like all the nurses just like their morale was shot.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, they're striking right now. I think at
Yeah.
USC, Keck School of Medicine, or the medical facility. My cousin's a nurse there, and she was part of the strike that they had.
Yeah.
That they had last week, I think it was. Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah, I can only imagine what the amount of shit you guys see and have gone through at your jobs, man.
And yeah, and just like a lot of us are frustrated because the people that are coming in are saying they don't want the vaccine, or, oh, I probably should have gotten it before I got sick. And it's just like, now they're putting stress back onto the healthcare system.
Yeah, to cure them.
Well,
Yeah.
as a healthcare provider to those folks who refuse to get the vaccine, just get them a cowbell.
Just ask them what they want to be written on their tombstone.
Guess what? I got a fever. And the only prescription is more cowbell.
I think we will see more of that happening, and it'll make for good comedy. And then, less cars on the freeway.
Right.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even if you are like in mid-sequence for your vaccine, let's just say you get the first dose and then you get sick, the chances of you surviving it are way higher than if you did not have a first dose.
Yeah, because you fucking got something.
Yeah.
Like,
just get something.
get something, you dickheads.
And then there's a time period. So like if you get the first dose between Pfizer and Moderna and you get sick, there's a wait time. And I believe the wait time is about 3 to 4 weeks. It depends on what your healthcare provider says and how severe you get it. So obviously the time frame might be a little bit longer. But once you fully recover, you can get the second dose. It's not like you can't get it.
Yeah.
So you can get that extra protection.
Yeah.
So just get the fucking vaccine.
They're not going to get it. They're not going to do it.
They don't want...
It's a specific breed of cat that just is all maggot out and brainwashed to think.
microchips in their bloodstream.
Yeah, they don't.
Did you see that?
They don't understand
lady?
science. They don't understand science.
So there was like a C-SPAN video of like this woman, and she came in with like a coin and a bobby pin, and she put it on her chest, and she's like, "See, all of this stuff is like magnetic. It's sticking to me." And it's like, okay, you're sweaty. Okay,
things stick to skin sometimes.
It does. And she's like really trying to like lean back so that it sticks on her. And it's like, and then at that point it was not sticking. And she's like, well, it sticks sometimes or something like that. And it's just,
It's science.
I don't know.
Maybe
what
she
these-
lives under some power lines and she's become magnetized and blaming it on the vaccine.
Or she's just a dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Well, Foos, if she's a dumb idiot, then most likely she lives under power lines. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I know. Okay.
I know correlation is not causation.
Oh,
No, I know we're going a little bit longer with, this whole COVID thing, but there are some studies as far as demographics go that's saying you are more likely to get the virus if you are from an area of low socioeconomic status. So
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
So low income, low education, you're more likely to contract it just because you don't know
Because you're a dumb
the
idiot.
science, or you might not believe the science.
80% of those people have mega hats. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
So right now, we are currently at 60% vaccination in California. That's just the low end of herd immunity. We need about 80 to 85 to achieve full herd immunity.
God damn you, Orange County and
Now-
Central
And not
California.
okay.
One way we can achieve that if a certain percentage of the population were to just go away.
But
Right?
take into account that a lot of these unvaccinated individuals are children because they don't have a pediatric dose for
But
vaccines.
children do bounce back. There are studies showing that it's not as lethal for children for them if they were to get the virus.
For some reason, yes.
Yes.
And that's just one of those long-term studies that we have to figure out why that is compared to, once you hit 18 and older, why it's so serious compared to pediatric age. But I think the next step with the vaccine is they're going to start developing pediatric doses. Because remember, kids start back to school
in like a month.
in a month.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
you don't want is, kids do bounce back, but you don't want them bringing it home.
No,
Right.
kids alone are super spreaders
Yeah.
just amongst them. I mean,
yeah.
do you know how many times I've seen little kids just drop something on the floor and put it right back in their mouth with no hesitation?
Oh, I was that kid.
Yeah.
That was a 5-second rule.
I used to eat sand in the sandbox. Do you know how much fucking animals pissed and shit in that sandbox?
I never did that.
Ugh, God.
Or humans.
Yeah, or human. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, especially in LA.
Yeah.
Well,
Think of the children.
somebody please think of the children.
Hello there, children.
We all know what to do. Wear a mask. Wash your goddamn hands.
Take the fucking vaccine.
get the vaccine and, just stay away from people if you can. But I know things are opening up. And, it's summer. It's hard to stay at home.
This is what we need, Foos.
Yeah.
We need to get an island, just one island, and put all of the unvaccinated people there. Doesn't matter if they fit.
Hey,
I don't care.
Why don't we put them in the island full of pedophiles?
That'll
Pedophile.
be a lot of murder.
Get your
and
vaccine,
touching.
kids.
Especially you kids.
Take a
adults.
one-way trip to pedophile.
God damn it, dude.
Good.
Are you done?
Nuke 'em? You gonna nuke 'em?
Yes, Foo.
No, I'm not gonna nuke them. That's inhuman.
He's just gonna develop a euthanization machine. That's all.
That's all.
No biggie.
Just a quarter. Anyway, are you done?
Yes.
All right. Well, I wanted to talk about something in health and such today. Is that Johnson & Johnson drug distributors settled to pay $26 billion for their roles in the opioid crisis. As we all know, Johnson & Johnson has been a big pharmaceutical developer of opioid medications, and they are now largely to blame for fueling the opioid epidemic in the U.S., killing more people than most major wars, which is why they were served one of the largest packages of class action lawsuits in fucking history. 3 of the largest pharmaceutical wholesalers and Johnson & Johnson reached a $26 billion deal to settle a chorus of around 3,000 lawsuits from state governments, city governments, and even tribal organizations accusing the companies of fomenting the opioid crisis. Why, you ask? Because the number of synthetic opioid deaths has sailed far beyond the total number of drug overdose death tolls from heroin, methamphetamine, and other street drugs, according to multiple agencies that report to the federal government. And frankly, people are fucking sick of it. Now, these drug makers and distributors are accused of downplaying the risk of addiction, much like, the fucking cigarette tobacco brands were way back when. Obviously, it's something that kept them in business, and simultaneously encouraging doctors with perks to overprescribe these pills to people who didn't need it in a lot of cases. A lot of these drug distributors, like AmerisourceBergen, Cardinal Health, and McKesson, joined Johnson & Johnson to agree to pay a combined amount of $26 billion to settle the allegations that they fueled the country's opioid crisis. So they didn't come to a conclusion; they just came to an agreement. And for a lot of us, for the regular folk, we can pretty much attribute this as an L. They took an L, but we won. I don't know. I just feel like they should have been beaten rather than them just saying I lost.
You can't beat big pharma, Foo.
Yeah.
You can only just take them down a little notch.
Yeah, I know. And $26 billion is quite a bit, for these class action lawsuits. It's a lot of money.
Foo. Sure, for $1 trillion industry and company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like fucking penny, dude.
Yeah. Now, Johnson & Johnson just by themselves will pay about $5 billion over the next 9 years, which I think is kind of bullshit.
That's it?
Yeah. AmerisourceBergen will pay $6.4 billion over the next 18 years. Cardinal Health will pay $6.4 billion over the next 18 years. And finally, McKesson will pay $7.9 billion over the next 18 years. So this is just, it's just another column in their fucking accounting books.
I mean,
as a cost of doing business.
So who are they paying this to? They're paying this to each of the governments, or
Everybody,
taxes?
yeah.
That's in some
Pretty
shape or
much,
form?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
well. Great.
So they've already set funds aside in anticipation of a settlement anyway. It's a cost of doing business for them now. It's not even a punishment.
Yeah, it's just all right. Set aside $26 billion annually.
These big companies already have malpractice lawsuit, savings account.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who knows? I mean, they have to have insurance policies for this, for cost of doing business kind of negative effects, right?
Yeah.
So are they paying it, or are their insurance policies paying it, or is it maybe
I guess it depends
a partnership?
It depends on what the lawsuit entails. Because I think if they're at fault, then the insurance company isn't going to pay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have to come from their special fund, like you said, Steph.
Yeah. What they should develop are anti-opioid health programs or assistant programs, or like if if you're addicted to opioid,
Yeah.
you may not know it. Get some help.
Right. I mean, the opioid and drug crisis has killed more Americans than in World War II.
Yeah.
Since 1999, 841,000 people overdosed on drugs, 70% of which were opioids, according to the CDC.
And there's still too many people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go figure, right?
Yeah. No,
I hope they're all vaccinated.
I see it
You know, 814,000 aren't.
I see it on my unit all the time, and they are like the older, like 60, 70-year-olds that have probably
Run their course. Oh.
some heavy drugs back in the day, and they actually ask for their pain medicine by name.
Oh.
And they're narcotics. They're the heavy narcotics,
Like
the
Norco
yeah,
and
like
all that
Norco
stuff.
or morphine. And there are like the younger generation, like ours. They don't want to take narcotics, and that's just like the general observation that I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's the older generation that are more likely
Just
to be
take it.
used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I know when I got my wisdom teeth out, 10 years ago, they gave me Vicodin.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take it. Like, I refused to take Vicodin. I only took the ibuprofen.
I would
'cause
have
I'm just
taken
like,
it.
Yeah, I know you would have. But I had seen, like, with my father with his injury on his knee,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen what, like, that kind of stuff does to people.
What
So
does
it's
it
just
do to people? What did it do to him in particular?
when
Did he get more irritable?
No, he was just like so loopy. He had no idea what was going on half the
Oh,
time.
he
He
had
just
a-
kept
it was
taking.
foggy.
Yeah, he was super foggy. He just kept taking. He was on Norco at the time, but he just kept taking it because the pain was just too much.
Yeah.
So then when he stopped, he went through full on withdrawals for days, shivering and
Jeez.
shakes in the bed, sweating it all out. So it's like that numbness and that fogginess gets addictive, especially
Yeah.
for
There
those
is a
with addictive-
cost.
Yes.
There's no free lunch in nature, as Mr. Dr. Drew Pinsky would say. Yeah, dude, and that's why a lot of young folk would maybe turn to something that would help them tolerate the pain rather than numb it, like weed. Now, weed doesn't take away the pain; it helps you tolerate it.
Yeah.
And kind of pushes it aside so you can focus on more important things like living your goddamn life.
Right.
But yeah, these opioids will mask it, numb it, and put you in a compromising position sometimes.
Yeah.
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 Like I understand, like if you've had like a major injury, if you've had surgery, you're going to have like something like a heavy narcotic because, your body's been open. They did whatever to
Yeah.
to fix your
And
bones or whatever.
Now, I know nothing about this, so don't just, you may want to look this up on your own, but aren't there some anesthetics that would even erase part of your memory at some point? So let's just say, in the moment you were paralyzed because of the anesthetic, and
Like
but
Griffin?
you were like still somehow experiencing them opening you up, but an after effect is the last X amount of hours are erased from your memory. So it's like it didn't even matter.
Like a numbing.
And what are the
numbing
ethics
agent
of
with
that?
The roofie?
I don't.
No,
No, I don't think there's a drug
I've heard of that.
that does that.
Yeah, so look that up.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. No.
A good doctor, if you do have prescription medication, won't let you go home with any refills on a narcotic. Like you'll probably have maybe like a week or two dose and no refills after that. Yeah, that's what a good doctor would do after your hospital stay.
Assuming you have a good doctor.
Right. Because there's other pain management techniques that are out there that you can try.
Yeah.
Some people go as far as, to try to meditate or to try to take like a high dose ibuprofen, which is not a narcotic.
Yeah.
You still might need a prescription for it. But
it's better
it's
than-
low dose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, just even something like an ice pack, heat pack, something else.
So Foo, opioids in general cause brain damage. Brain studies have
then
shown
it's brain damage.
Yeah, brain studies have shown that chronic opioid exposure can create persistent impairments in the front brain regions, with severe consequences, including problems with memory, attention, spatial planning, and executive functions.
Nice.
So that is why you see a lot of gentlemen along the freeways yelling at the wall, yelling and punching the sky in front of them.
I saw a lady without pants.
There you go. Foo.
That was
That was probably quite a cherishable.
I didn't
event.
enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it one bit.
And it burned into your brain.
She wasn't wearing pants.
Yeah.
Oof.
That was sad.
Like it happens.
Yeah. It shouldn't. But yeah, it sucks.
It does, Foo. It does.
So just smoke your weed and just,
Stay off the hard stuff, guys.
Integrity weed.
yeah.
And get some help.
Yeah.
There's a lot of free programs out there.
There ain't no shame in getting help, folks.
It's
Ain't
2021.
No shame at
Everybody
all.
needs help.
There's a lot of other shameful things you could do, but it is not getting help.
Yeah, that's right.
Get it. For instance, walking around with no pants.
Right.
Very shameful. Getting help, quite the opposite.
Right. Right. All right. Well, anything else there, Steph?
No, that'll do it.
All right. Well, that's going to do for health and such. Everybody stick around for Foobar Sports. Foobar Sports is brought to us by Knuckleballs, the new app to match up with a dominatrix.
Oh, ouch.
Yeah. The old knuckleball.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Oh, jeez.
Well, Foos, the finals are over. We have a champion.
Your Milwaukee Bucks.
Have finally won after 60 plus years, Foo. I don't know if it's 60. It's probably like 50.
It's
realistically.
50.
Yeah, it's 50.
It was on their 50th year after
well,
winning the most recent one.
well,
Are you playing Pokemon Go right now?
I am, Foo. I gotta catch me some Pokemon.
Would you just catch?
Bedlam, Foo.
I hate you so much. All
There it is.
Yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch.
right, enough.
Anyway, Foo. Yeah, the Milwaukee Bucks, Foo.
Why now?
They won, and we were-
Your Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah, your Milwaukee Bucks.
Is that how they announced it?
Yes,
Milla-
like they would not announce it any other way.
The Milwaukee Bucks.
Yeah.
Books and 6.
Yeah, the Foo was right. Foo was right.
The Foo?
The Foo.
The Foo.
The Foo wanted the Bucks to win the entire time. All three of our dumbasses had the Suns.
We had the
And
Suns. I had the Suns at 6.
We were dead ass wrong. Dead ass.
Wow, Foo.
You had the Suns
get
at
a
7.
win.
I had the Suns in 7.
Steph, I don't know why you said the Suns at 5.
Yeah. I knew
I thought it was going to be a
realistically-
quick series.
No, I didn't think so at all.
You know what made this even more special was that it wasn't two teams that were pile-on teams. You know, that it wasn't
Like
like
super
the
teams?
super teams from like heavily populated areas like New York and LA.
Yeah, it wasn't top market teams. It was
Yeah.
small market teams. Both brought, built from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
Like no players were really bought, with the exception of a couple of trades. But goddamn, man, Giannis pulled that shit out of his ass for
But
4
what a
straight games.
performance on that guy, dude.
Amazing
It
performance.
was impressive. He's going to be one of the greats eventually.
He is going to be. I think they even have a chance to repeat next year.
Yeah.
Unless the Lakers can do something to bolster their roster, or even the Clippers or Suns. And hell, I mean, the West is still even deep. The Jazz still have a chance to come back next year and make it there. So it's going to be amazing to see what next year looks like. I think out of the East, it will eventually come down to Bucks and Nets. I think, if the Nets stay healthy.
Yeah.
But goddamn, man, it was such a good series. Giannis, feel good story for him to finally win. Not only do we have one Giannis Antetokounmpo champion, but we have 3.
What?
Kostas Antetokounmpo, who won with the Lakers last year.
yeah.
And then Giannis and his brother Thanasis are both on the Bucks, and they both won this year.
Yeah.
So pretty much the three sons, the three NBA players on the Antetokounmpos are all bringing back a national championship to Greece. Wow. Some of the first big players to come out of Greece to win a national championship. So actually the first, if I'm not mistaken, he is the first. So that's another amazing feat. I mean, the guy had 50 points in the last game. Definitely earned that finals MVP.
Take that, Lamar Ball.
Yeah. Yeah. Never lost. Never lost. It was funny because Giannis, he's been so excited about this whole thing. He's even, he went on live stream immediately after winning. And the next day, he actually went to Chick-fil-A and ordered 50 wings or 50 chicken nuggets.
Of course.
He's like, I want 50, 50. Make sure it's 50. I want 50 chicken nuggets to commemorate his 50-point game.
Yeah.
A monumental achievement.
50 points.
Yeah. One of the few players to ever do it. I think only Michael Elgin Baylor, and a couple other. Bob Cousy have actually ever made 50 points.
Which begs the question: what the fuck happened to the Suns?
They imploded, man.
They fell apart.
You know what I like to blame that on? It's none other than Mr. The CP3 effect, as I like to call it, where you're
gonna blame one of the best players on the team for their downfall.
Yes,
you're gonna be that guy.
I'm gonna be that guy.
Oh, what a piece of shit!
I'm gonna be that guy because that motherfucker kept turning over the goddamn ball every chance he got.
One of the guys instrumental for them even being there. You're gonna blame that guy.
Hey man, there is such a thing called the yips. He had it with the.
We don't talk about the yips here.
Sorry.
Ted Lasso.
It's like I just said knee.
Knee.
We are no longer the knights who say knee. We are now the knights who say icky, 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 patang.
Stupid.
Well, Foo, CP3, he just couldn't get that monkey off his back, Foo. That monkey is still firmly grasping. It has its nails and claws just entrenched on his back. Unless he joins LeBron next year and tries to win a championship with the Lakers.
He's always been against that.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's gonna happen for him. This was his shot. This is his shot. And Giannis said, "Nah, hold my beer. I got this."
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's gonna end up being the next like Kobe.
Giannis?
Yeah.
It's funny you mentioned that too because Kobe challenged Giannis to do this years back.
Really?
So after Giannis had won Most Improved Player, he said, "Hey Kobe, I'm ready for my next challenge." Kobe just responded on a tweet saying MVP. And then not only did Giannis win one MVP, he won back-to-back MVPs.
Yeah.
And after that, he said, "I'm ready again." And Kobe said, "That's it, MVP." He's like, "Now the only thing you have left is a championship."
Damn.
Yeah. And Giannis did it, man. Kobe was one of his mentors, along with Devin Booker. You can feel the influence with a lot of these younger guys with the way they played and the way they attacked this series. Like Devin Booker was focused.
Yeah,
man.
that guy was on fire.
That guy was all business, all playoffs. You didn't really see much emotion from him. I mean, you saw some frustration, but other than that, he answered just like how Kobe would answer. Again, we got to stop these comparisons to Kobe because there's Kobe, Foo. There's only one Kobe.
Yeah, I guess.
These guys can't live up to that, man.
Right.
The closest one that can is potentially Giannis. We'll see. He's got to win at least 2 more to be within that conversation. He's already got the MVPs. He's got the All-Star trophies. This dude's got way more trophies than you could think of, and he's only got more time to add on to it. So yeah, next season's gonna be pretty fun to see, especially once you start seeing the trade movement this offseason. I think we're gonna see a lot of like big names move around again. So it's gonna be pretty interesting to see where everyone finally lands, but. Yeah, Foo, apparently that success, though, it is not rubbing off on the Olympic team. The Olympic team have lost now 3 out of their 4 games. 3 of those games have been exhibition games. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 of those games have been exhibition. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 of them have been exhibition. 2 of them they've lost. 1 they won, but they lost the official qualifying match today against France.
Loser! You're a loser! Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt. You make me sick, you big baby. Baby want a bottle? A big dirt bottle?
To France, guys. France.
That's not America. That's not even Mexico.
It's not.
You're damn right, Homer. You're damn right. Yep, France beat us 83-76.
How did that happen?
I honestly, like, watching the game, you could just see their shots weren't landing. After the game, when the team was asked, what happened out there, Damian Lillard responded, "They play different here."
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were not expecting these international stars to be playing so aggressively on their nation's team. You asshole. Of course they're going to be playing. This is the Olympics.
It's the Olympics.
How do you not get the gravitas of this entire event?
You got to be aggressive.
You got to show the world that you're the best.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like you're carrying your whole country on your back. How do you not get that?
Yeah.
And I think that, obviously that kind of comes, it makes sense when you think that they can't, they're all tired. They've had long seasons. The majority of the Olympic team played in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And it's been a short, there wasn't much of a off season last season. So, that could potentially be it. Also, it could just be that none of them are fucking focused.
Mm-hmm.
They're all too busy playing it around and enjoying the fact that, we're here, but they're not. There's no one, I don't see anyone on that team that's going to get this team focused. Like in the past, we had LeBron, we had Kobe, where both of those guys got the team focused. But yeah, there was a little
captains.
levity. Yeah, they were captains, they were leaders, and I don't see a clear-cut leader on this Olympic team. And it kind of brings back flashbacks of the bronze American basketball team from back in like 2000, I think it was 2004, when everyone just was shitting on America for their basketball. It's just like, dude, like they disgraced us. We've always been really good. So I don't know, man. It's one game, but
it's not though.
It's not though. It's not, dude. It's not. It's just not. We'll see, Foos. We'll have more to update on that. But since we're on the topic of Olympics, we're balls deep in some of the big events so far, and right now. The medal trackers, we have China in the lead at a total of 11 medals. They have 6 gold, 1 silver, and 4 bronze. And then coming up the rear is America with 4 gold, 2 silver, and 4 bronze at 10 total. And then you have the ROC, which is the Russian Olympic Committee.
Yep.
They have 7 total, Japan with 6, Korea with 5, Italy with 5, and then France 3, Australia 3, Great Britain 3, so on and so on. You guys can obviously find these on ESPN. They have a full-on Olympic tracker. The games have been pretty interesting. We watched a triathlon a little while ago. And
We did.
I did not expect the runner from Norway, Christian Ludenberg or whatever the hell his name was. I don't know.
The Norwegian guy.
The Norwegian guy. Yeah, the Viking. They were going, like, watching the whole thing. They were going so in depth on the suit this dude was wearing.
Yeah.
I guess because Norway's colors are blue, red, and a little
Also,
hint of
what
white.
else are you going to talk about in a triathlon?
Yeah, as while watching these dudes running a lap.
I was like, he's running at
Well,
so and so kilometers per hour.
right. Well, because the front runner was Yi from Great Britain.
Yeah.
And he was like in the lead, and they were talking about how he's so calm and collected. And like once he hit the last lap, this is when he's going to break away. And he's going to break away now. And he's not breaking away. And then the gentleman from Norway just kind of like beasted his way up. He was in the top 3. And then all of a sudden, you just see him just fly.
Yeah.
He just takes off the last half
Turbo
lap.
time.
Yeah, it's turbo time.
And they're talking about how he runs or he trains for 8 hours a day.
Yeah, in rain,
Fuck.
sleet, or snow.
Yep.
Like he
Crazy.
trains 8 hours a day. The suit that they made, they emphasized the white on the suit, rather than focusing more on resembling the colors of Norway. They made the suit purely mostly white for the reflective purposes against the sun to help cool him down. And like these guys are getting ice water and stuff during it because this is 93-degree weather and almost like 80% humidity in Tokyo, Japan. And this dude's like dousing himself, and all you can just see is everything underneath the suit, and like the blue part, like where his underwear would be, it was just blue. It looked like he was just wearing underwear. It's like those bad shirts you see at like casinos when people wear like, it looks like they have a bikini on,
right?
Yeah.
Those bikini shirts. That's how it looked.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it looked.
Good God.
But it apparently it helped. It helped them win, and
it did.
They did it. So. Yeah, there's a lot of other events too. There was boxing, and all that. Steph, you're planning on joining for Taekwondo in 2024?
Yeah, I gotta win a few competitions first because you have to win. I think this is for any Olympic team. You have to win 2 world competitions. So it doesn't matter what sport you're in. Like you have to travel, you have to compete. And that's the minimum you have to do is world competitions.
You're going to be a Taekwondo husband, Foo?
You know it.
Yeah. You'll be on the side with your bullhorn.
Yeah. That and my, I'll have a horn.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like a trumpet?
Like a raspado horn.
Oh.
Yeah.
Elotes.
Yeah. That's instead of the vuvuzela or the reggaeton horn.
I've only done state competitions.
While I'm at
so
it, I'll
far.
just sell raspados.
Oh, you should. You should.
I mean,
make some money on the
make
side.
some
Might as well.
Yeah,
Shit.
dude,
Yeah.
it's going to be
Maybe
in
sell
there.
some
It'd be a
boba.
missed opportunity.
Yeah. Why not?
Some
I mean-
boba?
They put it in the raspados.
Put it in the bubble cart.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Half the time it's just waiting anyway.
Patent pending.
Pen penny.
Yeah, I've only done state competitions, and even then, like, because they put you based on age and weight. So obviously, I'm in the over 30 category, and I just put me up against. At the time, I was a color belt, so they put me with the same color belt. Obviously, they're not going to put a black belt with like a color belt because that's just not fair. And there was only like 3 of us, so we were going to place anyway. But yeah, it's pretty fun to see the level of seriousness in each athlete's eyes.
Yeah.
And yeah, I can't wait to do more.
You gotta
competitions.
just go into just straight Saiyan training. Put 2 blocks out in your backyard and have the foo over here pour some boiling hot water on you as you're doing push-ups on these blocks.
Oh, I would love to be a full-time athlete and just get paid to work out.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, somebody needs to sponsor me.
Giddy up.
Adidas.
Adidas?
I think they sponsor.
Aim lower. Go to Reebok. I mean, Shaq got Reebok at like 99 cents. Come on.
What the hell?
I'll reach out to New Balance.
Yeah. Yo, Kawhi. Who's your guy?
Yo,
Yeah.
somebody sponsor me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll see more Olympic events coming up. I mean, we still have yet to see the track and field events. Swimming, I think, is starting right now, right? Or it's in the midst of it.
Yeah, there's been a couple of relays already for the women's team.
Mm-hmm.
USA came in second, I think, for the 400-meter relay.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
All right. Nice.
Tight.
Nice. Yes, Foos. Well, let's move on to some other sports news. We recently had a name change, Foo.
Who?
For the none other than the Cleveland now Guardians.
As opposed to the Cleveland Indians.
Cleveland Indians, Foo. Yes, they decided to be one of the first teams to make the final move of changing their names. Not only for
Were they under the magnifying glass like other teams were?
They sure were, Foo. I don't know if you've ever seen the caricature of the little Indian.
Yeah, but were they getting the negative press that like the Redskins were getting? As you know what I mean?
Yes.
They were
As much.
They were getting it a little earlier, but they had acted on it a little bit sooner than the Redskins.
Yeah.
The Redskins let it ride for far too long.
Yeah.
So much so that the Cleveland Indians actually removed like the caricature from like their hats and like from their logos. They changed it with just the C.
Right.
At one point. And most of their uniforms itself just had the lettering Cleveland and Indians. So they didn't really put any type of caricature. So that's kind of how they got away with it for a little while.
Right.
But they decided, you know what? Let's just be the better people and let's just change it up. So they finally changed it to the Cleveland Guardians, and it looks like the baseball from Major League with just 2 G's that's shaped into the wing on the side.
Yeah. No, it looks dope.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Oh, the wings, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's caused a lot of, not uproar, but there's been a lot of good publicity for it. So much so that none other than Mr. James Gunn, director of Guardians of the Galaxy, suggested that the Cleveland Guardians use Groot as their mascot. And sir,
Yes.
I am all for it.
Do it.
Do it. Do it,
Really?
Foos. I am Groot.
Why not?
I mean, Foo, he doesn't need to talk.
I guess.
I mean, come on, Foo.
It's a tree.
I guess.
He's a guardian, Foo. You can
Now-
make him look like a baseball bat.
Okay. I'm
Put a little face on each baseball
put a
bat.
face on each baseball
It's just
bat.
the Groot face.
Everybody
Alright.
can buy a Groot and just shake it like a rally monkey.
I'm
Beat the
down.
shit out of each other with it.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, Foos. So, you know what? It's just one domino to fall. Still waiting on that last one, though, Washington football team.
Well, they're the football team now. I think, at this point now they're just trying to pick a legitimate name, but they've removed what was once considered an offensive name.
Who else is left besides Washington?
Braves?
Atlanta Braves. And the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Chiefs. Okay.
Though those two are a little like the Braves I can understand because of they have like that tomahawk as their symbol and everything.
They do the tomahawk chop.
The Kansas City Chiefs really only have the arrowhead, but I know they had a like their mascot. They changed their mascot from an Indian or a Native American. I'm sorry, to a
So let it
coyote.
happen again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. To this weird freaking coyote wolf thing. I don't know what the hell it is.
That's in a different
that the Chiefs
direction?
has. Yeah, completely different
just a
direction.
headdress?
Spirit animal?
No, it's like a coyote. Yeah, maybe. It's like a coyote. It looks like Wile E. Coyote in this big, like, puffy, he has like the Chiefs jersey and stuff. He's all big and fat. Just running around, runs
Whatever.
around the stadium. Yeah, Foo. Yeah, I don't get it either.
It's like when they changed the Chips Ahoy guy
What?
from the fat one to the skinny one.
Chips Ahoy
Chips
guy.
I
Ahoy.
mean, not Chips Ahoy.
Crisp?
Cookie Crisp.
Oh, when it was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
from the Cookie Crisp wizard to like the burglar.
Yeah,
like
but he was
Cop
like
and
a really
Robin.
fat one. And
Yeah.
then they said, no, we don't want any fat mascots on our cereal. And they changed him to like a skinny wolf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
So
right.
they just replaced, the chief with a fat wolf.
With a fat wolf. That's exactly what they did. I mean, yeah, those are the only ones left. I know the Braves were getting flack because of the name Braves, but I mean, it seems like they're mostly honoring it, in my opinion, because I mean, a Brave is a warrior, so they're really just honoring a warrior. The Chiefs, you can kind of go either way on that one too, but yeah, it's we're in a weird super socially conscious world where anything is super touchy of a subject. Redskin being a derogatory term, it is it was super out of base to even come up with that fucking name. But that just shows how ingratiated racism is in our country, even though those douchebags don't want to admit it. But I digress. Well, Foos, we'll see. We'll see if we finally get the Washington Senators like we've always wanted, Foo.
You think it's going to happen?
Nah, it's not gonna happen.
Senators.
It'll
It's
make
gonna
too
be-
much
It's
sense.
just WFP. What? They have senators, Foo.
No, I get it. It'll make too much sense.
Like too much sense.
Yes.
Okay. How
That's why
about
they won't do it?
The Washingtons.
It's just a big washing machine and an anvil. Yeah.
How about the Washington Bills, Foo? Because they'll never pass.
Ah! We'll be right back. Is that it?
That's it.
All right.
Yeah, let's just.
The music highlights is brought to us by Spit Valve, the most reliable catheter to wear during an opera.
Just pours out.
Just pours right out there, Josh. All right. Well, on tap today, on today's fucking music highlights, I had a band called Arms Akimbo. I've played Arms Akimbo on this podcast before with a song that they have called Paycheck. There's another song that they came out with called Marble. I really wanted to showcase this one because I think that these guys are on a roll. They have this kind of... Now, stay with me here. It has like... It's not a southern twang, but it is a southern influence about how they write their alternative rock music. The harmonies that they put together are very country-esque without actually making them country, if that makes any sense. I think that they write pretty good songs. It's almost weird that their Instagram isn't bigger than it should be. Now, this song Marble came out not too long ago, and I wanted to play it on the podcast, so here we go.
Standing at the top of the stairs, she's laid in marble and I can't compare. What'll I do with that? Can't compete with these suitors in that. She's flinching when he touches her back. He talks about the moon like a victory lap. Can't quite hear from here, but she's walking away. Don't get so far from me. Don't get so far from me. Can we let go while our hearts start forming? Can we let go while our hearts start forming? Now the boy with the penchant for pleasure and a serenade softer than hands. Who am I racing against? These boys are myself. And I'm sweating 'cause she finally giggled. And I'm acting like I did in the past. She says she wants anyone. And will that even last? Oh, oh, oh. Please don't get so far from me. Please don't get so far from me.
You know who else had a similar type of influence that still maintained the same kind of harmony and while still creating really good alternative rock was the Fray.
Yes, that's exactly how this sounded like.
You know,
Yeah.
so I think that I'm not saying that these guys are pulling from that, but at least that the same vibe is there. And more people should know about Arms Akimbo, man. They're a really good band. All their EPs that they've come out have had really good songs on them, and I strongly recommend them. Up next is The Record Company. I just really fucking like this song. I haven't really explored a lot of their catalog yet. I haven't had a chance to, but I came across this single of theirs called How High, and I enjoyed the shit out of it. So here we go.
Coming up from the shelter, rolling out on your own. drop? Would you break it or make it stop? Could you would the bottom tear a hole in your soul? 'Cause if you wanna raise the ceiling, gotta do something you've been feeling. 'Cause if you wait too long, the door's gonna close. Whoa, how high do you wanna fly? So high, thought I'd died and came back to life. In a breakaway minute, you gotta dig in or fight. Are you in it to win this?
So it's very much bass and drum driven, and they make some pretty good music when it comes to the first couple of songs that I've heard from them. But I'm excited to hear more about them. They kind of give you a lot of influences in there, especially a lot of the new bluesy influences that you're getting, even though they don't really come off as a bluesy band. At least maybe the vocals do for me.
Yeah.
But,
you can tell.
But the bass in there is really, really cool. The bass and drum. And let's see, lastly for today's music highlights, this day in music history, or at least this week in music history, in 1983, this week, American heavy metal band Metallica released their debut studio album, Kill 'Em All. The release is regarded as a groundbreaking album for thrash metal because of its precise musicianship, all thanks to Kirk Hammett, if you ask me. Which fuses the new wave of British heavy metal riffs with hardcore punk tempos. And one of the songs off of that album that I fucking love is the first track on that album called Hit the Lights. Check this out. Yeah, this is one of the first songs that they came out with, and it still jams, dude. I don't know that they play this live. I've not seen them play this song live, at least in the concerts that I've seen. It's been a while since I've seen Metallica, and even then it wasn't a full-blown concert. It was just like a 45-minute presentation at a K-Rock Weenie Roast, I think it was, that we went to.
It was
the last time we
Weenie Roast.
that we saw Metallica when they came out with their Death Magnetic album. So they were just really showcasing a lot of the songs from that album and a lot of the stuff from the Black Album that everybody seems to know.
Yeah, they were also, didn't they also have that that live stream concert before the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
A couple of years back when it was in San Francisco.
Yeah, and I don't remember seeing them play that particular song in that
I don't
concert.
remember that song on that one.
So they might have buried that in their catalog a little bit, but a lot of these songs are freaking great. Hit the Lights, Seek and Destroy, Four Horsemen is really good. Anyway,
You know,
but yeah,
Metallica just did a partnership with Vans too. So if you love Metallica, you can get some Vans shoes.
have you seen the shoes?
Yeah, they look pretty
They
cool.
look pretty cool.
Yeah, they look pretty cool.
I still want to get myself one of them Simpsons shoes.
Yeah.
Vans partnered up with the Simpsons and made a whole line of shoes. I really like the Mr. Plow ones because they say Mr. Plow on the side and it has a little cape coming out the back.
And they made the Bart shoes.
They made the Bart shoes, even though they're Converse shoes.
Right.
Vans made a version of the Bart shoe, so whatever, I'll take it. But anyway, that's gonna do it for the today's music highlights. Everybody, stick around for fucking Foo Facts, right? That's what we got left.
Yes, sir.
All right. And Foo Facts is brought to us by Know It All, the finest rejected stamps around. They know it all.
All right.
All right. You done?
I'm done.
Okay.
You guys got Foo Facts?
Yes, sir.
All right, what do you got?
All right, Foo. I guess I'll go first.
All right.
Do you know that the shortest commercial flight is only 57 seconds?
57 seconds.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
So the exact flight time can change slightly depending on wind or other conditions, but the entire flight connecting two Orkney Islands in Scotland covers just 2 miles and has been a regular non-stop flight for around 50 years. There's actually a short video that you guys can watch of the flights. It's a minute. It's literally a minute.
You think they would ever have to get a connecting flight somewhere at some point? Maybe at a neighboring island.
Oh, this damn layover for 30 seconds, really?
I forgot my bag at the airport. Can we turn around?
No, we can't go back.
It'll fuck up everybody's schedule today. Imagine how many trips do you figure they have to take? Because a lot of fuel is used up just leaving the ground.
It's taking off.
Yeah. So.
I don't know.
Well, if you think about a flight, a general flight that's like a 3-hour flight, they usually make 4 or 5 of those a day,
Yeah.
if anything. So I'm sure multiply that by a minute.
I'll just jump on a ferry. Thanks.
They don't even come to a full stop. They just do a rolling
get
stop.
up.
Out.
They just give you a fucking parachute.
No, they
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 pull down. They
the-
just pull down the ramp, the one that
Ah,
floating one. All right,
yeah.
slide down, go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
See people running after the jet.
All right. Steph, you want to go next?
Sure. The strongest beer in the world has a strength of 67.5%.
Damn.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
It was created in 2017 by the Scottish brewery Brewmeister. The beer is called Snake Venom.
Oh, yeah. Probably hits like it too.
Yeah. I wonder if it's keto.
No.
At that
no.
point,
No.
Who knows? All right. Fact. The man with the world's deepest voice can make sounds humans can't hear.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
The man's name is Tim Storms, and he can't even hear the note, which is 8 octaves below the lowest G on a piano. But elephants could hear it.
What the hell?
Yeah.
It's caused the brown noise. Did he find the brown noise, Foo?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't say here if it makes you take a shit.
We'll have to do
It makes
some
you mess up your britches.
What you doing it to them britches for?
What fur?
What fur?
Yeah.
All right, Foos. Did you know that park ranger Roy Sullivan survived getting struck by lightning? Not once, not twice, but 7 times.
Jeez.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
So Sullivan worked for Shenandoah National Park and was first struck in 1942. His last lightning strike came in 1977. In interviews, he hypothesized there was something about his physical makeup that attracted lightning to him. Guinness World Records recognized him as the person struck by lightning more than any other human. According to a statistician, the odds of being struck by lightning this many times is 4.15 in what looks like a trillion. I don't even
Let's
know.
dissect this. So that's a million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, quintillion, sextillion, septillion, octillion, nonillion. I don't even know what's decillion.
Decillion maybe, and what's above decillion then into the 20s.
I don't know. I've never gotten that.
That's
far.
like up to 20. We're at like 19 zeros here.
I never learned that in school. I
Yeah.
just learned up to 10.
I didn't even know that was a number. I didn't know numbers could go that high.
Yeah, dude. That's a lot of fucking
That's
zeros.
a lot of zeros, man.
Yeah.
Jeez. It's like powder.
It's like
Christ.
powder.
He's like powder. He's got struck by lightning.
Yeah.
It's a fucking movie, dude.
Yeah, he was probably a really sack of shit.
I mean, Foo, he said his physical makeup just somewhat attracted it to him.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you going next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Non-alcoholic beer is made by either by eliminating fermentation or by removing the alcohol from the finished beer.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
It's complicated,
Yeah.
basically.
Science.
Science. All right. Fact: the word fizzle started out as a type of fart.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
In the 1400s, it was meant to break wind quietly, according to English Oxford Living Dictionaries.
Another word that sounds exactly what it is.
Yeah, fizzle.
Fizzles
Fizzle.
Fizzles out.
Fizzles out.
All right, Foos.
Girth.
You know that some people have such a strong sense of smell that they could smell things like Parkinson's disease or when someone is lying.
Dick.
They can literally...
Whoops.
Oh, no, go ahead, Foo.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
One can say they can literally smell bullshit. You're welcome.
Oh, jeez. All right. The largest beer producer in the world is the Belgian corporation Anheuser-Busch InBev.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
This company owns about 400 beer brands in 50 countries. Budweiser, Corona, Stella Artois, Beck's, Hoegaarden, and Leffe, among others.
Hoegaarden.
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to guys? You want to do one more round after this one?
Yeah, we'll do one.
All right. Here we go. Fact: Mercedes invented a car controlled by a joystick.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
The joystick in 1966 Mercedes F200 showcased the car controlled speed and direction, replacing both the steering wheel and the pedals. The car can also sense which side the driver was sitting in, so someone could control it from the passenger seat.
What?
Dang.
Pretty
Imagine
sick,
if
huh?
that still happened.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
That's pretty dope. All right, Foos.
I think it'd be easy to fuck with somebody and make you crash though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's unsafe, Foos. Unsafe. Well, Foos, did you know that a woman named Violet Jessup survived the sinking of not only the RMS Titanic, but its sister ship, the Britannic?
Jesus Christ.
Watching Heat today.
What the fuck?
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
So Jessup was a 24-year-old stewardess aboard the RMS Titanic when it hit an iceberg on April 15th, 1912. She got out quickly out of bed, dressed, and helped women and children into the lifeboats before she was given a baby and told to get into a lifeboat herself. 4 years later, after training to become a nurse with the British Red Cross, she was then sent to serve on the hospital ship, the HMHS Britannic. On November 21st, 1916, the ship hit a mine. She escaped into a lifeboat, which was nearly sucked into the Britannic's propeller. But she survived and continued to serve on the boats for another 34 years
What the
before
fuck?
retiring.
Did she marry the guy, the lightning guy?
No, that's his mom.
She's like, I can't die.
You son, you shall be the next in line.
All right.
God. International Beer Day is celebrated on the first Friday of August.
Foo Facts. Foo Facts.
The first beer day was held in 2007 in the U.S. By 2012, the holiday was celebrated in 50 countries in more than 200 cities around the world.
I think we as a country make up the most useless and idiotic national holidays ever. National Ice Cream Day, like they're just reasons to pig out.
I wouldn't say that it's government sanctioned. It's just fucking corporations trying to make a buck.
Oh yeah, I'm not mutually exclusive.
All right, I'll tie the bow on this last fact here. Fact: ancient Egyptians used dead mice to ease toothaches. Foo Facts. Foo Facts. In ancient Egypt, people put a dead mouse in their mouth if they had a toothache, according to Nathan Belovsky's book Strange Medicine, a shocking history of real medical practices through the age. Mice were also used as a warts remedy during the Elizabethan England period too. So I don't know.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's how they all got the plague.
Yeah, probably.
Those are rats and fleas.
Mice are carriers too.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Still unclean. Unclean.
Forever
Yeah.
clean.
Forever unclean.
Well, that's going to do it for Foo Facts today, everybody. And I guess during the Foo Facts, we got some text messages from the Foo saying that he has to move out of his apartment. And now we got to help him move because we're suckers. Is that what's going on here?
That's exactly what happened, Foo.
fuck's
We're
sake.
fucking suckers.
He's being voluntold to move out of that apartment.
Right.
Yeah.
You know it's not his decision.
Yes, it is. It's purely his decision.
Oh, is it?
Yes. Yes.
I don't think he liked it there anyway.
Yeah.
Oh.
As much as he was hoping that he would.
Yeah, it was just a
Alright.
place to be on his own.
Yeah.
To finally just
And then
get
he
out.
knocked her up, and now they need a bigger place.
He didn't even get to enjoy that bachelor pad for an entire year.
Not once.
Well, he could have if it wasn't for COVID.
That's true. I mean, Foo, he
Yeah.
was right there.
Yeah.
Right there, man, in Brea. By the mall. Parties could have been happening, but yeah.
I pass by his
You
pad
are the
every
Jaws
day.
N1.
You were oh god. Foo. It's okay, Foo, we got you.
underestimate my power.
Makes no sense. All right. Well, let's see what else is happening these days. You can find me at the Huntington Beach Harley Davidson dealership this Thursday from 5 to 9. The Fallen Electric is going to be playing a 4-hour gig there, and we'll be providing the music for what's pretty much like a carnival kind of event with a lot of hot models.
Yeah.
A lot of Harley Davidson angels there. They're going to be doing a dunk contest. Beers are $1. I mean, that should just be enough. Don't even come for Fallen Electric. Just get beer for $1, dude. Why the fuck not, right?
For charity, right?
Yeah, for charity, Foos.
Yes,
Maybe.
I think so. I think it's charity. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know which one. I haven't looked into it.
All right.
What strip club does she work at?
Yeah, I don't know.
Today Tuesdays.
Yeah.
She's probably at Club
And
C.
then on Saturday, the 31st, I'm going to be at the Highbrow in Upland, California. So we'll be there from 9:30 p.m. to 1:30 a.m. So that's going to be a good time. I got to get back into mental shape to play these 4-hour shows that run all the way into the early morning. Because, man, yesterday I didn't get home till like 4:30 a.m. because we went to Denny's. and I got myself one of them cheese, old ultimate omelet that pretty much has everything in it: sausage, bacon, cheese, shitload of veggies. It was great.
You got the gut buster.
And then I just drenched it in Cholula. I was pretty satisfied. I was starving though. So anyway, and it's keto.
Oh, is it Foo? Is it keto? Why is it keto, Foo? What's so special about being keto?
No sugar, no grains. Yeah.
Oh, are you on keto?
Did you know?
Oh, Foo, I didn't know. I
Oh.
didn't know.
But now you do.
Thank you. Piece of shit.
Anyway, we might be helping the Foo move soon.
I think we are.
We'll turn it into a podcast. What else? We're gonna invite G Baby on soon.
See Foo, check up on his medical status, and
Yeah.
just so I could get on and say I told you so. You rub it in.
Right.
Yeah. Just kidding, G baby. Get well better. Get well soon, Foo. Get well soon.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
All right. Well, another successful podcast, everybody, and we'll see you all next week. I hope. We'll see what happens. I don't know. You never really know. Things happen. Thank y'all very much for listening into the Foobar Show. Thanks for hitting subscribe, and remember to rate, review, and tell your friends like a freaking champion. You can always get in touch with us and get our merch at foobarshow.com. That's FOObarshow.com, and search for FOO Bar Show on YouTube, Tumblr, Twitter, and Instagram. Check us out. Drop us a line, and we'll foo it up like a couple of foos. I've been Josie.
And Josh.
And Steph.
Signing off, saying...